majority of the day yesterday.
Left your message. I don't. Okay.
Way back.
Okay. Hold on. Let the judge. She's coming on. So we're gonna have to get a judge an update.
All right. Good morning, everyone. This is 36th District Court for the state of Michigan. I'm Judge Shannon A. Holmes, and I am serving today as the presiding judge of our specialty court docket. Good morning to each and every one of you. I am muting your devices. I'm muting them because we're in court. And when I'm ready for you to speak or I'm ready to call your case, I will ask you to unmute your device. So please do not unmute yourself. On this morning, you are in the virtual courtroom. And this virtual courtroom, while we are in Zoom, it is also aired live on YouTube. So please make sure that your camera is properly situated on your device so that I'm only able to see your face and not everything that's going on in your environment. Please make sure that you are dressed appropriately for court on this morning. Please make sure. In addition, if there are other people that are in the home sharing the home with you and they may come across that camera, please make sure that they are dressed appropriately. This is a court of law and it is being aired live on YouTube. With that on this morning, there are a couple of people that need to go into breakout rooms. Mr. Morgan, I turned off the mute this morning and I heard an excuse, and you know I don't do excuses. And so I'm certain that Mr. Hamilton needs to go into a breakout room. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, is there anyone else that needs to go into a breakout room?
Yes, Judge, I need to speak with Mr. Keith and Mr. Gappy. I'll start with Mr. Keith.
All right, very good.
Judge, if there's a new contract of Mr. Lewis, I need to talk to that person, Judge.
All right, is Mr. Lewis on this morning?
He's scheduled for a new contract. I don't know if he's in the courtroom or not.
I believe he has the iPhone identifier.
Okay, you have to turn your camera on. I don't speak to names or to dark screens. So if you don't have your camera on, I won't be able to call your case. All right, so Mr. Fikens, you want to go in with Mr. Keith and then?
Yes, Judge.
All right, and Mr.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Okay. All right, before I have you all go into the breakout rooms, let me have the attorneys place your appearance on the record, please.
Yes, thank you, Judge. Good morning. For the record, Jesse Reed, Drug Court Defense Attorney, P 23863. Judge, I'd like to make a motion, a continuing motion, that my appearance be for all my clients this morning. Can you hear me? Can you see me, Judge?
I can hear you and I can see you, Mr. Reed. Good morning. And your motion is granted.
Thank you.
And good morning, Your Honor. Robert Fikens, P 31894, Drug Treatment Court Defense Counsel. I would make a similar motion, Your Honor.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Fikens, and your motion is granted as well. I do know Attorney Griffin is on this morning. Go ahead and place your appearance on the record.
Yes, Your Honor. Herman Griffin, P77169, Defense Counsel for our mental health court.
All right. Thank you, Attorney Griffin. I also see Mentor Scott on this morning. If you could go ahead and place your appearance on the record as well. There you go.
Yes. Good morning, Your Honor. Glad to see you. Good morning to everyone. Kevin Scott, 36th District Mentor.
All right, very good. Good morning. It's Friday. It's Friday, y'all. All right, let me have the case managers place your appearance on the record. I'm going to start with Ms. Cleveland. I see you first on the screen.
Good morning, Your Honor. Toshi Cleveland, case manager for 36th District Court, Specialty Court.
Thank you. Good morning, Ms. Cleveland. And then Mr. Yancey.
Good morning, Your Honor. Kenneth Yancey on behalf of Sobriety Court this morning, Your Honor.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Yancey. And Mr. Griffin.
Good morning, Your Honor. Brian Griffin, Drug Court Case Manager on behalf of the Probation Department.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Griffin. With that, I am now going to assign the breakout rooms. Mr. Fikens, I am placing you in the breakout room with Mr. Keith. And so you are going to breakout room number 1. Oh, hold on. As soon as I can get this right. Let's see if I got it this time. All right. And then for breakout room number 2, Attorney Reed, that will be you and Mr. Lewis.
Yes, Judge.
Is that correct? All right.
Yes,
Very
correct.
good. I am opening the breakout rooms. Please accept those invitations.
Thank you.
Mr. Morgan, do you need to go into a breakout room with Mr. Hamilton?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I am going to assign Mr. Hamilton and Mr. Morgan. You did not place your appearance on the record, Mr. Morgan.
That's
I'm
okay.
sorry.
That's all right.
Place it on the record.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, Your Honor. Samaje Morgan, Specialty Court Coordinator.
All right, thank you. You all are going to breakout room number 3. Please accept that invitation. Attorney Herman Griffin, do you see your client on yet this morning? Not yet?
No, Your Honor.
All right. You all give me heads up when they arrive. If someone can place a call to them, let them know court is in session so that we don't tie you up for the whole morning, okay? All right. With that, I am ready to call.
Not a problem, Your Honor. I'll try to reach out.
Thank you. I am ready to call Mr. Let me see. I do not see Jalen Lewis. Jalen, oh, that's Mr. Lewis. Okay, never mind. Let's go to Johnny Smith. Johnny Smith. Good morning, Mr. Smith.
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing well, Mr. Smith. And so you are going to need to go to a breakout room as well. So once the attorneys return, we will send you to a breakout room, okay?
Okay,
And
no
so
problem.
I just need you to hold on for a little while, okay?
Okay.
All right, very good. Let's see, I have Miss Bowman. Where are you, Miss Bowman? Good morning, and good morning to you. I'm sorry, I did not acknowledge the staff in the courtroom first. Good morning, Miss Drew. Good morning to any of the staff that's present in the courtroom on this morning.
Good morning, Judge.
All right, good morning, Miss Wilson. Good to see you all. It's Friday. Yeah.
Yes.
All right, very good. Now I am ready to call Miss Bowman's case. Miss Bowman, if you could unmute for me, please.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. State your name for the record for me.
Cliche Bowman.
All right, Miss Bowman, I have the following for you: 200-442-5301. How are you this morning?
Super tired.
What are you super tired from?
I work too much. I'm at work now. I'm tired.
You work too much?
Yeah.
Really? Okay. What you gonna do about it?
I don't know. I'm gonna just keep working for now.
You'll keep working for now. You have some
Yeah.
goals you're trying to reach, right?
Yeah.
All right. So sometimes we have to put that little extra in to achieve those goals, right?
Yes.
All right. Very good. And so what are you doing to work on yourself, Miss Bowman?
Right now, I'm still doing the usual. I'm still, going to my groups and stuff. And right now, personally, I'm just trying to work on self-control.
Oh, very good. And how are you doing with your work you're doing on self-control?
It was, I wasn't doing so good. I'm doing better now. Like I got a support system, so I'm doing actually good. It's all about the brain. Like if you got to train your brain to, you know what I'm saying, to the new and not let it keep going back to the old and thinking it's okay. You got to, instead of having the bad thoughts, you got to push the good thoughts in immediately as the bad ones come. So I'm just trying to figure it out too. So.
Okay. And you're working at it, right?
Yeah.
Are you still speaking with your counselor about those things?
Yeah.
Good. Then you are doing the work, Miss Bowman. One day at a time, okay?
Okay.
All right. Very good. Living situation is good right now?
Yes, as well.
All right, very good, very good. You've met with Alice Johnson?
Yes,
How did that go?
it was well, same thing.
Okay,
I'm mad that I was at work one day though. They had this one group about like cause she sent us random groups sometimes. Not her group, but thinking someone else's and I missed it. It's not mandatory. It's not mandatory. Don't get on me now. You can just join it.
I won't, Miss Bowman.
But I like those extra resources she be giving us. So I'm like, okay, a 60, 90-minute group on, coping skills. I'd be looking at it like, yeah, I need some coping skills. So I'm gonna try to get into those.
Well, make sure you let her know that you weren't able, I'm sure she knows you weren't there, but let her know that you wanted to be there. And maybe,
Okay.
Something else will come up regarding coping skills so that you can go.
Okay, for sure.
All right. I love when people recognize what they need and they go and get it without me having to tell them to go and get it. I love it. I absolutely love it. Ms. Gienap, I keep muting you. Please stop unmuting yourself. All right. And so, Ms. Bowman, I'm very glad about that. Mr. Yancey, what do you want to tell me about Ms. Bowman?
Your Honor, she's doing pretty well. She has reached out to other resources, which is helping her a whole lot. I've tried to assist her in doing that and reached out to some providers. So far, I think we're set up for success right now. So other than that, she is complying with her court-ordered conditions, and she's on track right now.
All right, very good. Ms. Bowman, do you have any questions for the team, or are you in need of assistance with anything?
I just would like for Mr. Yancey to call me when he get a chance.
Okay, Mr. Yancey?
I can do that.
I know he'll do it. He's in court this morning, as you know, but I know he'll do it, okay?
Okay.
All right, very good. Mr. Yancey, when do you have Ms. Bowman coming back?
Your Honor, she's in phase 2, so I would have her coming back on May 21st at 8:30.
May 21st. Okay.
So if she's in phase 2, will she be coming back for a face-to-face?
Oh, I'm sorry, that would be a face-to-face. Yes, Your Honor, that'd be at 9:30 then.
All right, very good. So we'll put it on the docket. Yes, ma'am.
A face-to-face, like I would get on Zoom with
Mr. Yancey's going to work out the logistics with you, okay? When he calls you today, he'll tell you how he wants to conduct that face-to-face, okay?
Okay.
Does that work?
Yeah. Thank
All
you.
right. All right, very good, very good. Ms. Bowman, I want you to have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe, continue working hard. Very proud of you and very proud of you for the progress that you've made, okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, stay well. Bye-bye. All right. All right. All right, so Miss Cleveland, I received your message about one of our intakes. And so, was that from Miss Cleveland?
Yes, Your Honor. Can you hear? I
can hear you. My flickering in and out. And so, Miss Cleveland, I'm going to, I need to talk with you off the camera regarding those new results, because that's a problem. Also, did you let the attorneys know?
No, I'm going to send them a text message right now. Would you like me to text you? Or
Yes,
is it going to be kind of long?
No, I'm concerned.
Yes.
And so I want to know what your recommendation is.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Wonderful. All right. With that, Mr. Attorney Griffin, I still don't see your client this morning.
Well, Your Honor, I was talking to Ms. Branch, and she indicated some of my clients are in the custody of Wayne County Jail. So,
so we're waiting on the jail.
Right. So Ms. Moreno, and she did, and Ms. Branch said Ms. Moreno, Ms. Holly, and I'm looking to contact Burks because I believe that they're also scheduled for today too.
Oh, let me.
Okay. And Burks. All right. Miss Drew, thank you for mentioning Burks.
Thank you.
On Burks, who's on the docket. Burks was never referred to specialty court. A plea was accepted. by the judge at that time, who's now retired. And I believe they just sent this case to me because of the nature of the case. But he is not a part of specialty court. He needs to be placed on the alpha judge's docket.
Yes, ma'am, already set.
You've already done it?
I've already done it.
Oh, wonderful. And so, Mr. Griffin,
Yes.
we can take Burks off the table because
Okay.
Burks is going to be alpha judge. Thank you, Ms. Drew.
It's not
You're
a problem,
welcome.
Your Honor. So
All
I guess
right.
now, so are we just waiting on the jail to call in?
We are waiting
Yes.
on the jail to call in. And so this is what we do, Attorney Griffin. If you'd like, we can reach out to you. You can be on call for us. And as soon as they call in, we'll reach out to you and get your cases done.
That's not a problem, Your Honor. And I'm just going to send Miss Drew, who's completely capable of my phone number, so she can just text me when she's ready. when
Okay,
the court
thank
is.
you.
All right,
Thank
sounds
you.
good. And did anyone, Miss Attorney Griffin, find out the status on Miss Holly, whether she had been moved to the appropriate facility or if she is in fact still sitting in the Wayne County Jail?
I still need to get that information. I'll have that information by the time I come back on.
All right, very good. I think someone in our staffing yesterday said that they were going to check as well. I can't remember who.
I believe that
And-
was Mr. Morgan.
Okay, he's in
I
a
believe that
breakout
was.
room.
So I'll contact Mr. Morgan now.
Shoot him a text, yes. Okay,
Okay.
wonderful.
All
All
right,
right,
thank you,
thank you,
Your Honor.
Attorney Griffin. All right. Let's see. Are we ready on Ms. Guinap? We ready, Ms.?
Yes, Your Honor.
Cleveland? Okay, wonderful. Ms. Guinap, you may unmute at this time.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. How are you this morning?
I'm doing good.
Good. State your name for the record.
Alyssa Guinap.
I have the following matters for you this morning, Ms. Guinap. 1904522401. How are things going with you?
They're good. My daughter actually came to visit me yesterday.
Wonderful. How did that go?
Awesome. Yeah, it
I'm
was.
excited. Tell me, how did that go?
It was good. The father kind of. I know that it was. The woman that their dad is married to isn't her birth mom, but I wasn't sure if they specifically had shared that I was the birth mom. So their dad kind of just dropped the bomb of that right off rip, which caught me a little off guard. But I don't know, she just smiled and said she knew, and we just went from there.
Right. How old is your baby? Tell me that again.
My daughter will turn 7 at the end of July, and my son is 5.
All right. All right. And so that had to feel really good to be able to visit with your daughter, right?
It was.
Right.
It's been a little years since I've seen them face to face.
Yes.
So
I'm very happy for you, Ms. Guinap. I am. I'm not certain what's going on with your camera, but like you're going in and out, and I'm not certain, but I hope that you can hear me. I'm very happy that you had an opportunity to visit with your baby on yesterday. Now I can't hear you at all.
Oh, can you hear me now?
I can.
Can't?
I can. Yes, I'm able to hear you.
Okay. And my dad actually had me over the other day too to help him with some stuff around the house. So
when is
that
the
was
last time you've seen your dad?
It's been a few months, and that was for a brief pick up some stuff that I left at his house type deal. So it was nice for him to call to like actually rely on me for something and to show him that I wasn't the same person anymore.
Yeah.
So it was a good week.
Good week. It was a good week. Did you make it to your classes, to your sessions this week?
I got to my individual. I did not make it to group I ran into some car trouble Thursday morning. And then I had a little thing with testing last night that would have made me about half an hour to 45 minutes late for the evening group. And after 15 minutes, they say that to not interrupt the session.
All right.
So I did not make group.
All right, you made your testing?
Yes.
Okay, I'm glad you made your testing, but maybe have to do a little bit better planning, right? So that you don't miss your group.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes,
Very good.
absolutely.
All right, because you enjoy group. I think you told me that before.
I do, very much.
Yes. So you want to make sure you're doing those things that feel good, that are helpful to you, that are keeping you on track with the things that you need to accomplish for yourself, okay?
Absolutely.
All right, very good. How's the job search going, Ms. Keenan?
It's going. I found a couple of writing jobs this morning, actually, while waiting to log on for court. So hoping that can turn into something. It'd be nice to use my degree. That's definitely my goal in the job search, but steady employment is kind of number one, I guess.
All right, very good. Very good, because we want you to be able to provide for yourself, right? But I'm not forgetting about that degree from Michigan State. Is that correct? Michigan State University? Yes, ma'am. I'm a parent under this robe, and so I want you to use that degree. Yes, ma'am. And so, but sometimes we have to take a job until we get to the job that we're looking for, right? Right. So I want you to make sure, because I don't want you to have a whole lot of time and get accustomed to not working. I want you working. Okay. Yes.
Yes.
All right. I can hear you now. All right. Let me hear from Miss Cleveland. Miss Cleveland, what do you have on Miss Nina this morning?
Good morning, Your Honor. She is reporting accurately, and she did call me last night and inform me of the situation that was going on with her groups. We did have a discussion as well. We talked about some of the things that we talked about in staffing. She does have a document that she's going to provide to me. This is what she informed me of yesterday, that she has listed the jobs that she applied for. She just hasn't emailed or texted them to me. I mean, she could take a picture and just text it to me if she'd like, that would be acceptable, just so I can inform the court of her progress with the job search.
Yes.
We did have another discussion about arms. She is prepared for that. We discussed her constructive use of her free time. That was something I think we talked about in staffing as well. And we discussed her community service and, just all documents that she has to provide to the court that, she should make those ready. She's compliant with everything the court has ordered so far. And she did tell me the new individual that she speaks with over at the facility that she goes to.
All right. Very good. Very good. All right. And so, Ms. Gnap, do you have any questions for the team at all?
Not right now. No.
Is there anything you need us to help you with?
Just keep sending those job referrals that she gets. Those definitely help out.
All right, very good. And I need you to make sure you're providing that proof to Ms. Cleveland that you are, in fact, looking for employment. Because here's the thing, I have individuals I see on the news, I have individuals contacting me. There are jobs out there and we don't have people to fill them. And so I just feel like everybody should be working at least 1 or 2 jobs for my men that are listening. Men, at least 2 jobs, men, at least 2 jobs, real men, 2 jobs. All right. And so, Ms. Enap, I'm only requiring you to have 1. And so I just believe everybody should be working. Okay?
And I will text those to Miss Cleveland.
All right. All right. Very good. If nothing else, Ms. Cleveland, when do you have Ms. Gnap returning?
Your Honor, I have her scheduled for a face-to-face on May 21st, 2021 at 9:30 a.m.
All right, very good. Did you get that, Ms. Guinab?
May 21st, 9:30.
Yes, ma'am. All right. I don't know how much Attorney Reed or Attorney Fikens, if you were able to hear, but if you have anything for Ms. Guinab?
Yes, Judge, thank you. Congratulations, Mr. G. Knapp, a good report. You're working the program. I didn't hear everything, but I heard you and I can see you. You sound good. You look good. We're proud of what you're doing. Keep up the good work. Be safe. Work the program. Be safe, Ms. G. Knapp. Thank you.
Your Honor,
Thank you.
I'll just echo the words of Mr. Reed, Ms. Guinep. I didn't hear today much, but keep up the great work, ma'am. You're doing a great job. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, very good. All right, Ms. Guinab, you're doing a great job. Keep it up. I'll see you, or you know where we are if you need us before the time that you have your face-to-face, okay?
Okay, thank you, Your
All
Honor.
right, take care.
You too.
All right.
Your Honor, if I could interrupt, I don't
Yes.
know who you're going to call next, but I see a Johnny Smith is in the courtroom, and I
And
would.
we have Mr. Gappy as well. So I
Yeah.
want to send you all to the breakout room, if that's okay.
Yes, if I could talk to Mr. Smith first, and
All right.
because I've not yet heard from the prosecutor on Mr. Gappy, but I have heard from the prosecutor on Mr. Smith.
All right. And so if we could, have you reached out to the prosecutor to see if they are going to respond as to Mr. Gappy?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
All right. They're just trying to get an answer.
Yeah, I think they might not be there right now. I'm not sure.
I mean, well, who's not at work at 8:58?
I'm not.
Mr. Fikes, you telling on people.
No,
I know Miss Alexa here because I'm texting her now, so I told you to Zoom.
Yeah, she's there.
Let me see her text.
All right. So,
Thank you.
Mr. Attorney Fikens, all right, Mr. Reed, I do see that Miss Marino has joined us. Good morning, Miss Marino. Would you like to go to a breakout room with Miss Marino?
I believe Ms. Griffin, is that
It definitely is. I'm sorry. Miss Drew, if you could let Mr. Griffin know that Mr. Marino is on. Mr. Fikens and Mr. Smith, you should have received your invitation to the breakout room. You did not?
I did not, Judge.
Uh-oh. Where's Mr. Smith? You didn't receive an invitation either? Give me 1 second. I did something. All right. All right. You should receive an invitation to breakout room number 4.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, wonderful. Great. All right. Miss Drew, you are letting Mr. Attorney Griffin know that Miss Marino is with us. Also, someone needs to let the attorney know that Miss Marino is with us because today is her termination hearing.
Yes, I
And
did
so
that too.
if someone
Yeah.
could do that, that would be great.
Okay.
All right.
Actually, we need Sydney, right?
Well, I believe that Ms. Rogers indicated that she was not in on today. I'm not certain. You can start with her, find out who her replacement is for today. And Mentor Scott, which case are you here on this morning?
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. I believe Mr. Keith, Ralph Keith. Case there was some paperwork that I had got over to Ms. Cleveland, so I'm hoping that she is in receipt of that documentation.
All right, very good.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Then I'm going to proceed with Mr. Keith because we're waiting on the parties. And if they can hear me at the Wayne County Jail, good morning to the deputies at the Wayne County Jail. We are going to get the attorney back on, Attorney Griffin, to dial back in, as well as the prosecutor. As soon as they do, we will be ready for Ms. Marino's termination hearing. All right, Mr. Keith, I am going to ask you to unmute your phone for me at this time.
Judge,
Good
if I may,
morning to you.
Judge, if I may address the court, please.
Yes.
Mr. Keith is a new contract. Mr. Franklin went into the breakout room.
I'm sorry,
with
Mr. Reed. I thought you did. My apologies.
No, I'm Mr. Lewis, Judge. Mr. Lewis.
Yeah, Mr. Lewis has some real issues this morning, which will probably have him have to come down to the courthouse. And so I'm waiting to, I think I received your recommendation, Mr. Lewis. I need you to come back on. Oh, yeah. All right, keep your camera on and stay in court this morning. We have some real issues with Mr. Lewis on this morning. And so Ms. Cleveland, I believe, has sent out a message to the attorneys, as well as to Mr. Morgan. Please make sure that the prosecutor, I see Ms. Schneider has joined us. I'm going to take care of Ms. Schneider, your matter. We're getting Mr. Griffin to chime back in, Attorney Griffin, to come back into the courtroom. Ms. Schneider needs to be made aware of the issues that we have with Mr. Lewis on this morning, because, yeah.
I'll send her the message as well,
Please
Your
do.
Honor.
And then I'll hear the recommendations, but you all can tell from my demeanor and my tone where I'm headed with Mr. Lewis. All right, very good. And so as soon as Attorney Griffin gets on, I'm ready to do Miss
Marino.
Marino, yes.
Yes. I don't know what happened to him. He was on this morning.
I know, I told him he could dial out and that I would reach out to him, or somebody would reach out to him.
Okay, I'm on.
Yeah, I'm trying to write it down.
Let's just all send him a message. And then, you know, he'll come on. Right. Mr. Keith, I'm gonna mute you again. We're not quite ready. Thank you for your patience on this morning. As soon as we are ready, we will call your case. All right.
So I'm just still trying to get all my contacts. I didn't have Ms. Rogers in here. Thank you, Ms. Snyder. I appreciate you.
I think Ms. Rogers is out today. Is that right, Ms. Schneider?
She's in.
No, she's in today, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. All right. Very good.
Thank you.
And good morning to you, Ms. Schneider. It seems like I don't see you often.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm glad to be here.
All right. Very good. All right. There's nothing else that I want to do right now. Ms. Hamilton, don't frustrate me. I don't feel like being frustrated this early. I'm gonna wait till at least.
I think you're gonna be okay, Judge.
You think so?
Yeah, we're gonna have a long, little good talk. You know, he got a little progress going on. We're gonna have some more though when we come back to court, but I think he'll be okay. That's good talk. Might have to match him up with Mr. Griffin though. I think he seemed to do better with, you know, young case managers and young coordinators like ourselves.
I'm old.
Mr. Griffin turned that camera on now. He said, I'm old. Wait a minute.
Just need that extra push, you know. So he has a lot going on, but I have an update for you when you're ready on it.
All right. They said Attorney Griffin was trying to come into the courtroom. He's not here yet. Mr. Morgan.
Yes.
If Mr. Hamilton is not going to frustrate me too much, I have too much work to do today to start off with being frustrated. I will call his case to make the best use of my time. If he's going to frustrate me for the sake of everybody else who still has to have their case heard, I want to put him on the back end. I don't want to be frustrated. Oh, good, Mr. Griffin. I talked long enough.
Mr. Griffin, deal with Mr. Hamilton.
Mr. Griffin is here. Let's do it. Let's do it. Come on. I'm going to have you unmute. Ms. Marino, if you could ask them to unmute you at the jail. I'm ready in the matter of Victoria Marino case number. Yeah, Mr. Hamilton needs to see this case. Mr. Hamilton, make sure you're paying attention. And if you're laying in a bed, you better sit up. Victoria Marino, case number Z8070641. Let me have the parties place your appearance on the record, starting with the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Alexa Schneider for the people, P80322.
And good morning, Your Honor. Herman Griffin, P77169 on behalf of the defendant.
All right, thank you. Who's representing specialty court this morning?
Good morning, Your Honor. Monte Morgan, Specialty Court Coordinator. I will be speaking on behalf of the facts of Ms. Marino's case.
All right, thank you, Ms. Marino. If you could please state your full name for the record.
Toya Marino.
All right, good morning, Ms. Marino.
Good
All
morning.
right, Mr. Morgan, today is the date of the termination hearing per the recommendation of the specialty court team. And so, Mr. Morgan, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, Your Honor. We did have an opportunity to serve Ms. Marino her letter of termination from mental health court on April 28th, 2021. We did have an opportunity to discuss this case further in staffing to see if there's anything that we could do to try to help Ms. Marino. But unfortunately, Ms. Marino has been giving 3 pieces of the pie. The first piece of the pie was probation, that she failed to comply with those terms, and she was transferred to our drug treatment court. So that was the second piece of the pie. She was not in compliance in our drug treatment court. We had several violations. We had several, incidents with her not doing treatment, with not doing her outpatient treatment, her drug screens. And then we noticed that it might be some other things going on in Ms. Marino's life, like a mental health issue. So we transferred her over to our mental health court so we could better serve her. So that was the third piece of the pie. So Ms. Marino was in our mental health court, and while in mental health court, she picked up 8 new cases in mental health court, and they are in JIS. I was unable to verify if one of those cases was a drinking and driving case, but that has not hit her lien yet. But she did also pick up a felony burglary case on 3/21/21. Ms. Marino absconded from our mental health court. She has put this community in danger. She has put her children in danger. She has put herself in danger. It's unfortunate that she did not take the opportunity to get the help that we was offering her. But instead, she wanted to do things her way. And in our specialty courts, you have to do things like you set out for her in her contract. So today I'm recommending that Ms. Marino be terminated from our mental health court program and serve 45 days in the Wayne County Jail.
Mr. Morgan, would you please speak to some of the adjustments and accommodations that were made for Ms. Marino while she was serving in her latest specialty court? Because there were a number of accommodations that were made for Ms. Marino, and I think it's very important for the record to reflect.
Hey, Judge, I just need to see if I have a lot of documents in this file, but
I know.
Let me pull up JIS right quick. I'll still be on.
Well, I know that some of her accommodations included, and you can correct me, I don't think I'm misspeaking. Some of her accommodations included when she indicated that she couldn't walk, she couldn't breathe, she couldn't sit up, she couldn't do anything. The court ordered her and indicated that she could just simply do her telephone 12-step meetings, and she could do by telephone her meetings with Ms. Willis at Team Wellness. And it is important to note that Ms. Marino did nothing. She did not do any of those things that the court ordered her to do. I did not have her testing, as other individuals must do in the program, because testing is mandatory. She said she couldn't walk, couldn't breathe, couldn't sit up, and she couldn't do anything. As a matter of fact, when she would appear in court, she'd have neck brace, back brace, arm brace, every brace imaginable on, and she could not do anything. And so this court indicated to her she didn't have to. Only the things that would not require her to leave her home. which was to pick up the telephone and to dial in. Pick up the phone when they call for her counseling, and she would not do it. However, this court did find out that while she was representing to this court, that she could not do anything that the court ordered her to do. The court found out that she was still having encounters with the police. She was still getting tickets for related to driving a motor vehicle. She was still getting violations related to drinking and driving a motor vehicle. And so, which led this court to believe that she was not as impaired as she represented to this court on numerous occasions when she appeared in this Zoom courtroom. And so as a result of that, Ms. Marino was supposed to present at 36th District Court. She indicated that she would, which is why I did not send the officers out to pick her up, based on her latest encounter with the police, where she was charged with drinking and driving with her minor children in the car. And so we went out to get her because she failed to appear, as she had probably indicated before she would, because she was so sick and she needed physical therapy and she couldn't walk, she couldn't think, she couldn't breathe. And so when we went out to pick her up, it was reported to this court that the house that she had verified as her address was in fact an abandoned property. So she was not being truthful. Ms. Marino also was aware in specialty treatment court that if your address changes, it is your responsibility to tell your case manager. It is your responsibility to report that information. And she failed to do so. And so I want to make sure that the record reflects all of the facts. And I know, Mr. Morgan, you are picking this case up as a result of some transition that we've had in our mental health court. And so that's why I want to make sure that the record is clear. And so with that,
Yes, Your Honor,
go ahead.
Your Honor, you are correct. According to the mental health case notes, all those things that you stated are fact and are in our case management data system. So we can verify what you stated on the record. So Judge, she was also terminated. I do see a termination letter from Team Wellness because she failed to adhere to her treatment recommendations. Also, I want to put on the record that Ms. Marino was entered into warrant status approximately 3 times while in our mental health court. So I want to stick to my recommendation, Your Honor, 45 days in the Wayne County Jail. She has other cases and other matters that she has to take care of once you get out. But that's my recommendation today, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Who would like to go next?
Your Honor, I would, if the court would allow.
Yes.
Okay, and just, would there be anyone else? I guess I'm asking, is the prosecutor going to say something or?
Oh, absolutely, because she has to make a recommendation as to whether or not she's agreeing that Ms. Marino be terminated, and as to sentencing as well.
Okay, well, I'll reserve to say something until after, I guess, the prosecutor says something and everybody else has. Thank you, Your Honor.
Wonderful. Ms. Schneider?
I can go next. Your Honor, I've been present for several proposed termination hearings or sanction hearings with Ms. Marino. I believe I've recommended her for termination several times. We have bent over backwards to try to help her. She is a bright and capable person. She has the tools to be well, to take these steps, and she has refused to do so, despite us extending our hands to her to the very best of our abilities. We've made allowances for her that we haven't made for others, because I think we've all seen that she does have the potential, that she's a very sick person who refuses to understand the depth of her illness. But I refuse to bend any further. I can't extend my hand to someone who bites the hand that feeds them. I ask that we terminate her, Your Honor. She's become a drain on our resources. She's a danger to herself, to her minor children, and to the public. I would ask that she serve all of the time available on her sentence. I ask that she not be given credit for her former sanctions. Those former sanctions were for her lies, were for the dangerous decisions that she made. And I ask that she serve the entirety of her sentence, Your Honor. It's the only way, because of her choices, because of her refusal to comply, that we can keep her, ourselves, and the citizens of Detroit safe.
Thank you. Ms. Schneider, are you making any recommendations as to the matters that were a part of the package when she came into specialty court? Because I believe there were some dismissals and maybe even some reduction in charges as to Ms. Marino. And I'm not interested.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you for the reminder. I would ask that those dismissals be set aside, and I would ask that any amendments be reinstated to the original charge. She's had, like I stated, every single opportunity to even attempt to comply with us, and she's refused to do so. She shouldn't get the benefit of that bargain. She didn't hold up her end of the bargain, so I don't have to hold up mine.
All right, thank you. Attorney Griffin?
Yes, Your Honor. Would there be anyone else, I guess, besides the court that has something to say?
I mean, if Ms. Marino wants to say something on her own behalf, she certainly has the opportunity to do so. Also, I need someone to look at the contract for drug treatment court as well as mental health court and tell me the cases that were placed on those contracts, because on my docket, I'm only seeing one thing, but it would only be one case on my docket because those other matters were dismissed. And I need to know what those other matters were. So someone needs to look at what did she originally, the charges that she originally came to this court with that were a part of the deal for coming into specialty court.
Right. And I would say regarding that, Your Honor, if the matter, I believe the matter at hand today is the termination hearing. And I understand that there also is a proposal from the prosecutor to, I guess, to put everything back on the record. I would ask that, because I would like to see all the, I guess, the total cases that she would be placed, that the prosecutor is asking for her to be, I guess, not reissued, but placed back to the original, because when she pled, I guess my question is, was it that at the end it would be this? Well, I guess that's what you're asking for,
No,
to get that information.
When she pled, and Ms. Schneider, you can correct me if I'm wrong, the agreement was that she had to successfully complete the specialty court that she was sent to. That was the agreement. And so if she does not successfully complete specialty court, she does not get those dismissals, at least in this court's.
And I understand that, Your Honor. I just want to make sure I have clarity, because I know sometimes it's some things are dismissed for a plea, and then some things are dismissed as like a delayed sentence after, if for completion. And so I just want to be certain, for myself, that if certain things were just dismissed because she was taking a plea, or certain things are going to be were supposed to be dismissed after her successful completion.
No, Mr. Griffin, this is what happened. She was presented with an agreement, and Ms. Schneider, you can correct me if I'm wrong. She was presented with the fact that she would have cases dismissed and that they would remain dismissed as long as she successfully completed drug treatment court or mental health court, because she's been in both of them.
Okay.
Her failure to successfully complete gives the option at the discretion of this court to say, at the motion of the people, that, okay, you did not successfully complete, therefore you're not getting those dismissals, and I'm going to set them aside. That's the way it works.
Okay, understood, Your Honor. And again, I would just ask if we're unable to get the paperwork today, that again, I get we're going forward with termination, but in terms of official sentencing, I would ask the court.
So you want to wait for sentencing? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, only because if we don't have the original paperwork that you're asking for, I would ask, yes, for a delay in the sentencing. Okay. But I understand let's move forward with the termination hearing, but just for the sentencing part. Thank you, Your Honor. One thing I did hear from the prosecutor, she stated that she believes that Ms. Moreno is a very sick person. And with that understanding, Your Honor, I would just reiterate what I expressed in the team meeting, that Ms. Moreno, it's possible that she has benefited from the time that she's been in jail. I don't know if she has been in jail for this extended amount of time before. And I would just ask the court to consider that information, that she is a very sick person, and it could quite be possible that this is the time that she has spent in has put her in a position to fully understand the gravity of all that's going on. And I understand that she, from what she expressed to the court, that she will be, I guess, dealing with CPS and possibly with family court on some matters. But I would just ask the court, if the court is terminating, understand that. But if the court, in terms of, I guess later on in terms of sentencing, I would just ask the court to adopt the recommendation of Mr. Morgan and not, I guess, the complete sentence, because the full sentence, I guess, would be the 90 days if we're not taking in consideration the 40 or the 30 days that she just spent in jail. And so again, I would argue against the termination. I would say that Ms. Moreno is a person that might still should be monitored, and to still have, the court can still sentence her for 45 days for sanctions, can continue. But if she is a sick person, then it's possible that she could benefit from the resources. And I understand that there's so many times that we've offered, that the court, that the probation department, the mental health court has offered her chances. And I would defer everything else to, I guess, just allowing Ms. Moreno to speak, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Thank you, Attorney Griffin. Ms. Moreno, with respect to your termination, the recommendation to terminate you from specialty court. All right. Is there anything that you'd like to say to the court?
I just hope they take into consideration all the time I have done already in here, and I do got a lot going on out there with my kids that I'm dealing with, the CPS and job and all that stuff I got to do for them.
I can't understand what you're saying. I'm sorry.
I said I hope they take into consideration the time that I have done. Can you hear me?
I can now.
I said I hope they take into consideration the time that I have done already, and that I do have a lot going on out there. I have to deal with my kids with CPS to get my rights back with my kids. That's my main priority, and to do all the jobs I have to for them. And I really do want to get back in the mental health court for them helping me out, because they did help me out a lot. I was staying clean in the beginning. Then when I got into the accident, I don't know, I just messed up.
Yeah, Ms. Moreno, but you didn't even do the simple things that the court asked you to do. On the telephone, you had the least amount of things to do than anybody else in any of the specialty courts that I preside over. Pick up the phone. Pretend you're listening. Pick up the phone. Act like you want to participate. I couldn't even get you to do that, Ms. Moreno. How can I help you when you won't do the simple things that you need to do to help yourself?
Right. I understand. I could do it. I just.
You could have did it then. You have picked up the phone. You know what? I even went a step farther for you. I suspended all activity for you with respect to specialty court for 90 days to give you the opportunity to recover from your accident, to make sure your kids were maintained, to make sure you were taking care of you, because I understand sobriety without good health, I'm really, that's not helping you at all. So I wanted to give you the opportunity to focus in on getting better from the accident. And you just, with the 90 days that I gave you to regroup, when you kept coming on here, laid up, acting like you could hardly keep your eyes open, and then you get out of court with me and go and get stopped for driving and drinking, or driving and speeding. And it's like, wait a minute, what are you doing? So the things that you could have done, you just didn't do them. And really your manipulation and your deceptive ways, they've backfired on you. They caught up with you. It took us some time, but we got you. And so now, of course, you're going to say, I want to work the program, because you believe that working the program gives you an out from jail, and it won't. Because what would happen if you were to work the program is you would still spend another 45 days in jail. You'd come out and work the program. And then every time that you didn't work the program, you'd go back to jail another 30 days. And then eventually you'd end up getting sentenced up to 90 days. So saying you want to work the program is not going to give you a get out of jail free card.
Okay, I don't think that. That just helped me out. And I just learned a lot being in the program.
I'm satisfied. Ms. Marino, Ms. Schneider, Attorney Griffin, I am satisfied that this team did every single thing that they could do to help Ms. Moreno on the drug treatment court side of it, as well as the mental health court side of it. Ms. Marino, while Attorney Schneider indicated that she's sick, I believe that she's more defiant. She's not accustomed to discipline, and she does not want the help, and she is a threat to herself. She is a threat to others, but I have done everything that I can do to help Ms. Marino. I'm convinced that the team has done everything that they can do to help Ms. Marino. I am going to grant the request of the mental health court coordinator and the team to terminate Ms. Marino from specialty court. She is hereby terminated. Mr. Griffin, Attorney Griffin, I am going to grant your request. I will bring your client back for sentencing, which means she's going to remain at the Wayne County Jail. I'll bring her back for sentencing to give you all the opportunity, Ms. Schneider, Attorney Griffin, to get with my clerk to find out what cases were dismissed, what cases were reduced, just with respect to her drug treatment court contract and her mental health court contract. That's the only ones I'm dealing with. I'm not dealing with any current cases that she has. Whenever she gets out of jail, she will have to deal with those matters. But I hope that she's never able to drive again in the state of Michigan. I don't believe she deserves to be on our roads. She has total disregard for the community, for herself, even for her own children. And so for the sake of everybody else who I'm entrusted to protect and serve, I want to keep her without driving. I want to keep them safe. And so I will schedule that hearing. Unfortunately, next week is not going to work. I am in a mandatory training Wednesday through Friday. I am out on Monday. The earliest I can bring Ms. Marino back for sentencing would in fact be on Wednesday. And I believe that Wednesday is what? Somebody give me a right date.
Yes, Your Honor.
The 5th.
No. She can't do the 5th. She can't do the 5th.
The 12th. It's the 12th. Yes, the 12th.
I will bring her back on May 12th, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. for sentencing. What I will do, Attorney Griffin, is the days from this day forward, starting today, the time that she's serving while she waits for sentencing will be used as credit with respect to any decision that the court makes. But let me be clear, I don't even need to revisit those. Let me be very clear. I am not giving her credit for any time that she has served on a sanction. She deserved every single day of it. Every single day of it. She deserved it. She earned it and she deserved it. And so I will start the toll on today. And Attorney Griffin, I'm sure you'll remind me if I forget about that.
Not a problem. And that's exactly what I was about to ask, Your Honor, just that we could start like you said, start the toll today. Thank you.
Yes, sir. And it will count toward her time served. So Ms. Marino is being remanded to the Wayne County Jail. I'll see you again on May 12th, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. for sentencing. And I'm asking that the attorneys please get with my clerk so that you all can figure out what cases are at stake with respect only to the drug treatment court contract as well as the mental health court contract. Anything else for my consideration?
Not from the people, Your Honor.
Not from defense, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Thank you from the Wayne County Jail. Thank you, Ms. Marino. Take care. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
For coming on, Attorney Griffin. And thank you, Sergeant Shelby.
Your Honor, did we deal with,
hold on, I think
update on Ms.
Sergeant
Holly?
Shelby is asking me something. 1 second. Yes, sir.
Your Honor, I have one more today.
You have Ms. Holly on today.
Right.
All right, very good. Attorney Griffin, good morning, Ms. Holly.
Good morning.
That's what I was going to say, Your Honor.
All right, so Ms. Holly has not made it to the hospital yet. Is that correct?
That's my understanding.
All right, and so Ms. Holly, I know you are waiting to go to the hospital, but we have to wait for a bed to be available to you.
And Miss Your Honor,
yes,
I had talked to my auntie, right? I had talked to my auntie, and she talked to her Wednesday at 5 o'clock in the evening. and she said that I can come and stay with her.
All right, Ms. Holly, that's a conversation that you're gonna have to have with the guardianship attorney, Mr. Griffin, Attorney Griffin. Do you recommend something different that she can talk with Ms. Bradley Baskin, but right now the order is for her to go to the hospital, not to her aunt's house.
Right. I would ask for the same, Your Honor. She has it's my understanding she has, at least at this point, a temporary guardian. So I would ask that she speak with, again, we all work with, she work with me and Attorney Bradley Baskins.
All right. I still have the order in place, Ms. Holly, for you to go to the hospital where I believe you need to be. And so Mr. Wade is working. If somebody could shoot Mr. Wade a message to see if while we have Ms. Holly here, if he's gotten any update about availability.
I shot him a text, Your Honor. He's checking on it. And I talked to Attorney Baskins. So it's a bunch of moving pieces and parts going on here. But at the end of the day, we're waiting on that bed. So that's where we're at right now.
All right.
And Your Honor, I can also bring up to Attorney Bradley Baskins the new information that Ms. Holly just presented.
Okay.
So Ms. Holly, I'll let Ms. Bradley Baskins know about, you said that you have a family member. You said your aunt. What did you say?
Yes.
Is it your aunt, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, I'll let her know.
All right, very good. Look, I am scheduled to be in mandatory training on Wednesday. I still want to place this on my docket. Attorney Griffin, I will take a break and come on because I want to make sure, my concern is I need Ms. Holly to get proper placement.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and then we're going to have some jurisdictional issues, I think, maybe even after Wednesday.
Okay.
Okay. So let's put her on for Ms. Drew. I'm gonna have to put her on for Wednesday, May 5th. I'll just come out of my training to do Ms. Holly's case. Of course, if they can get her moved before Wednesday, that would be great, Mr. Morgan. And then I won't have to come on, right?
Right.
Well, that's the goal, Your Honor.
Yeah, the following Wednesday. But if we can get her moved to the appropriate hospital, then we'll do that. That's what I really want to happen.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Miss Holly, I need you to hang in there just a little while longer.
So what you want me to do? I mean, what's going on?
We're trying to get you a bed. We have to wait for availability, okay?
Yeah, try to get a Zoom on them.
They have tried everything that's available. And so Mr. Wade is trying to see if we can get some preferential treatment so that we can get you in the proper place. And as soon as they're able to do that, you are going to be going there. You have my word, okay, Miss Holly?
Okay, so if that don't work, can I go to my auntie's house?
I cannot say that you will be able to go to your auntie's house. Mr. Attorney Griffin has indicated he'll talk with your guardianship attorney, and that would be up to her. I would not be able to facilitate you going to your aunt's house, okay?
Okay, so how do I get the answer if I don't have her number?
Oh, Mr. Griffin, you're gonna be back on Wednesday, okay?
And what day
so you're gonna get the answer.
What day is that? Wednesday to what?
What is it?
The
May
5th.
5th? May
Yes, Your Honor.
5th, 2021 at 8:30 a.m.
Okay, thank you. Bye,
All
Your
right, Miss Holly. Hang in there. Thank you, Sergeant Shelby.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
You too. We'll get that paperwork over to you, and you have a great day and be safe.
You too. Have a good weekend.
All right.
Your Honor, this is separate. This is I just want to let you know that people regarding Mr. Jones contacted me. Mr. Jones.
Yes.
Who's at the hospital. They want some documentation. So I'm going to send you a draft of the proposed order by 11 a.m. But they contacted me, even though I told them that this is, to my understanding, this is a more probate. He's under the jurisdiction of the probate court, but they still wanted some documentation from.
Right. Just check with Ms. Bradley Baskin, make sure it's the appropriate documentation. And when you all get it to me, I'll get it signed.
All right, thank you. I just wanted you to know that, yeah, it'll be coming today, and I'm gonna contact Ms. Bradley Baskins now.
All right, wonderful. Thank you so much for coming on, Attorney Griffin. I appreciate it.
No problem. Oh, and thank you, Mr. Morgan. Thank you, everybody. And Mr. I'll be talking to you soon.
All right, thank
All
you.
right, bye-bye.
Okay. Are we ready on Mr. Keith? Okay, because I have Mentor Scott on, and I want to make sure we're making the best use of our time.
Yes, Shannon.
All right. Let's do it. Mr. Keith, if you could unmute for me.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm sorry.
All right. Very good. State your name for the record.
My name is Ralph Lee Keith.
All right, Mr. Keith, I have the following matters for you. I have case number SP 1030763. I have case number SP 1030761 and SP 1030763. And I believe, yes, that's all I have for you. All right, who's presenting Mr. Keith this morning?
Morning, Your Honor. I am presenting Mr. Keith today.
All right, Ms. Cleveland, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Keith's matter was referred to our court by community referral from his mentor, Mr. Scott. Mr. Ralph Keith is, his charge is a no insurance misdemeanor. He is 69 years old. He is an African-American male.
Oh, hold on. I have more than one case for Mr. Keith.
Yes, those were the things that we discussed because two of them were civil infractions and there were two other cases that were going to be on the docket.
Okay, hold on. Mr. Fikens, are the matters on my docket, all two of them are civil infractions?
Yes, and my understanding is, Judge, that if he pleads guilty, he has not yet pled guilty.
Okay, so that's where I need to start.
Yes.
Sorry.
All right,
All
I'm
right.
sorry, Ms. Cleveland.
No, that's okay.
Let Mr. Fikens, are you representing Mr. Keith?
I am, Your Honor.
All right, what's the offer from the people?
The offer is if he pleads guilty on the no insurance ticket, they would recommend dismissing the other matters.
All right, very good. Is that your understanding, Mr. Keith?
Yes, Judge.
Wonderful. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
So help me God.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Fikens, you may proceed.
Thank you. Sir, Mr. Keith, you understand that in these matters, you have a right to a trial and formal hearing, correct?
Correct.
And you wish to waive that right and enter a guilty plea on one matter today, is that correct?
Correct.
And you're doing so knowing that that's based upon your acceptance into the drug treatment court programs, or the Veterans Treatment Court program, correct?
Correct.
And are you making this decision freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Has anyone forced you into doing this or promised you anything to get guilty today?
No. I'm
satisfied as to his constitutional waiver, Your Honor.
I am as well. As to the factual basis.
Sir, on the date and time of this, the date and time of the citation, were you operating a motor vehicle in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
Were you stopped by a police officer?
Yes.
Asked to produce valid insurance? Is that correct?
Yes.
And you did not have valid insurance on your automobile at that time, is that correct?
Correct.
I'm satisfied, Your Honor.
All right, very good. I'm satisfied as well. I'll accept your plea of guilty. I'll also follow the recommendation of the people to dismiss the remaining two matters. Mr. Fikens, is there a stipulation of probable cause?
There is a stipulation of probable cause, Your Honor.
All right, those two matters are dismissed without prejudice. And then the remaining matter that you pled guilty on will proceed to Veterans Treatment Court. And so with that, Ms. Cleveland, now I'm ready for you.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would like to continue by stating that Mr. Keith is a 69-year-old African-American male. He completed one semester of college. He is currently not employed. He has 3 adult children. Mr. Keith does want to participate in our specialty court program. He is at least 18 years old. Mr. Keith Keith does admit to the conditions that has brought him before you today. Mr. Keith does not have any prior felony convictions for a violent offense. And Mr. Keith has not participated in a specialty court program within the past 10 years. He is eligible to come into our Veterans Court program, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Has Mr. Keith undergone any assessments at 36th District Court?
It is my understanding that he has been in his location since December 10th. They have done some assessments there, but I do not see. Let me see if we have one here.
We
I
could
do not
double
see
check
one.
with Mr. Kashiri, Your Honor. We're pretty
I'm
sure.
sorry?
We can check with Mr. Kashiri. We has, which we're pretty sure he has already done the assessment because he's over at the treatment facility. So we just need to follow up with Mr. Kashiri and get that information from you.
Okay, very good. Make sure you follow up so that I can know what assessments have been done. I also need to know what level his risk and needs were assessed at.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, very good. Anything else, Ms. Cleveland, on Mr. Keith?
No, Your Honor.
All right, who went in with Mr. Keith?
I did, Your Honor.
All right.
And Your Honor, if I might talk to the court about Mr. Keith, because Mr. Keith, first of all, he took me through the contract. I didn't take him through the contract. He took me through the contract. He is a veteran. He knows what it needs to comply with this court. And he was a delightful man. I enjoyed talking with him. He was in good spirits. He knows, he read through the contract. He knows the contract, and I can tell the court that. And he also wants the help. And I can see why Mr. Scott recommended him for this court, because I think he's a person worthy of being in this court and a person who will satisfy all the requirements of this court. So I'm proud to know him. I'm proud that he's a veteran. I'm proud of his service, and I certainly recommend him for acceptance into the drug treatment.
All right, thank you. Mr. Scott, what do you want me to know about Mr. Keith? And thank you for the community referral. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Your Honor. I don't know what else I need to say after that red carpet segue that Mr. Fikens just gave me. Thank you, Mr. Fikens. I truly appreciate the plug. I really do. Mr. Fikens said it all. When before actually meeting with Mr. Keith face to face, I did intimate to him just the rigors of Veterans Court, that it was a lot of veterans, for whatever reasons, deter or deflect from coming to Veterans Court because it is, you have to work. But Mr. Keith, from the moment I spoke with him, he was not put off, deterred, or any way dissuaded by what was going to be expected of him. And Mr. Fikens, you're absolutely right. He met me at the door with the paperwork. He had whatever Miss Cleveland sent me over there, he had it ready, he had it signed, he was pointing to this, he was pointing to that. He said, oh, hold on, let me get one more piece of paper, because I think the court wants him to drop twice a week opposed to the once a week that we're doing. He has that paperwork, he has everything. So I don't think he's gonna have any problems out of Mr. Keith.
All right.
And he is a delightful man to speak with. You're absolutely right, Mr. Fikens, he really is.
Wonderful. All right, Mr. Scott, thank you. Thank you. All right, Mr. Keith, are you ready to work with us?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me why you want to come to our program.
For one, I've been in treatment almost 5 months. One of the guys that's in treatment here, Ralph Warhart, recommended that I go to drug treatment court. And I said, okay.
All right, Mr. Warhurst, yes. All right, very good. Well, what we can tell you, wait, before I even say that, what branch of the military?
Marine Corps.
Marine Corps. All right, very good. Thank you for your service. Can everybody join me in thanking Mr. Keith for his service? Thank you, Mr. Keith.
Thank you.
Thank your service. Yes, we do. Absolutely. All right. And so, Mr. Keith, it's a lot of work, but it's some good work. You're going to get some great benefits from this. I'm so glad you've decided to do it. First of all, you're going to have a great team of people working with you. We have attorneys, prosecutor, defense attorneys that work with us. We're all on the same team. That's not something you usually see in court, but you'll see it in problem-solving court or in specialty court. We also have our coordinator, our case managers. We all work together as a team to make sure we have the proper fit for you so that you can be successful and you can achieve your goals. How does that sound to you, Mr. Keith?
Real good,
It
Your Honor.
sounds real good. All
Yes,
right,
ma'am.
tell me about your family. I heard you have 3 adult children.
Yes, I have a son that stays in Dearborn, Michigan. He's 50 years old. I have another son in North Carolina. He's 45. And I have a daughter in Georgia, which is 23.
Ooh, 23. All
Yes,
right,
ma'am.
Keith. I'm sorry, I wasn't supposed to have that kind of response, but you caught me off guard. I was with you 50, 45, 23. All right, Mr. Keith. All right, Mr. Keith, you all right with me? That means you got some in you that can work this program, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
All
ma'am.
right. All right. Look, I look forward to working with you. Look, any questions that you have, anything you're not sure of, we want you to speak up and ask us because we are here for you to succeed. I believe this matter would be assigned to Miss Robs, who's not with us. She'll be back next week. Miss
Right.
Robs is an outstanding case manager as well as are all of our case managers. And so she'll be available to you, will be accessible to you as a team. You can always dial into the courtroom. I'm here Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m., except on Wednesdays, we start at 9:30. But you don't have to go this alone because we will be here to help you get through it. How does that sound?
Sounds good, Your Honor.
Very good. You have any questions for the court this morning?
No, ma'am.
No questions? All right, Mr. Fikens. You took the time, I'm certain, to go through that contract with your client. And once I sign it, it becomes my order, understanding that I can amend it at any time. Did you have those discussions with your client?
Yes, we did, Your Honor.
All right. Did you also talk to your client about the benefits of completing Veterans Treatment Court, that he has the opportunity to have his remaining case dismissed upon successful completion of specialty court?
Yes, Your Honor. We talked about that and also the possibility of him being relicensed for driving in the state of Michigan.
All right, very good, very good. And so, Mr. Fikens, did you also determine that your client is eligible to participate in Veterans Treatment Court pursuant to Michigan law?
Pursuant to Michigan law, he is eligible, Your Honor.
Wonderful, thank you. And then, Ms. Cleveland, did you take the time to determine whether or not Mr. Keith, if he's ever been a violent offender, and whether or not he is a substantial risk to the public?
Yes, Your Honor, and he is not a violent offender, nor is he a substantial risk to the public.
All right, wonderful. Then with that, I am going to accept you into our specialty court, Mr. Keith. I look forward to working with you. Our veterans usually come on Tuesdays. And so until I can get the assessment information, Ms. Cleveland, wait a minute, am I here too? Yes, I am here Tuesday of next week. You know, they give me some days off. I try to take a whole bunch of them. So on Tuesday, I'll be here. And so I want you here on Tuesday of next week to see me. I believe that's May 4th. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, May 4th, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. You will Zoom in just like you did on today.
Okay.
All right, and you'll get to see some of the other veterans that are participating in our specialty court. And I look forward to working with you, Mr. Keith.
I appreciate it, Your Honor.
All right, take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a great weekend and be safe. Mr. Scott, I appreciate you. Keep those community referrals going, because if there are veterans out there that need our help, we want to help them, okay?
Absolutely, and thank you, Your Honor. And thank you too, Ms. Cleveland. Enjoy everybody. You all have a great weekend. Take care.
You do the same. All right, take care. All right, very good. There are still a few people that need to go into a breakout room. Attorney Walker, good morning. Good to see you.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning,
I'm trying to find out which case you're here on. Are you just here on all of them?
I am here on Mr. Lewis's case.
Oh, okay.
Probably Mr. Lewis knows isn't good for him.
Yes, yes. All right, and so I'm gonna do his case next, Ms. Walker, because I don't want to hold you up. I appreciate you being with us. But who do I need to send? I know Mr. Smith, we were waiting on it, something from the people on Mr. Smith. We were waiting. No, you have Mr. Smith?
We have an offer from the people on Mr. Smith. Yes.
And Mr.
Judge.
Smith is going to take that offer, Mr. Fikens?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, what about Mr. Gaffey? Did you get the offer on Mr. Gaffey?
Right now, I need to speak with Mr. Gaffey. I think we're going to ask for a bench trial date, but I need to talk to him about that.
All right.
People don't have an offer for us at this time, and it's not their fault. It's a confused situation, and we just need to straighten it out.
All right, very good. And then I see that Ms. Jordan has joined us. Good morning, Ms. Jordan. Do you have an offer for Ms. Jordan? Mr. Fikens, Mr. Reed?
Yes, we have an offer on Ms. Jordan.
You do have an offer on Ms. Jordan?
Yes,
all right, very good. So then I am going to send Mr. Gaffey and Mr. Fikens to a breakout room, just trying to make the best of our time together this morning. And so I am going to move Mr. Fikens to breakout room number 5, and I am going to send wait, no, Mr. Fikens, don't accept that one.
Okay.
I have to send you to breakout room number 6. I'm sorry. I've got to move you to breakout. I did something screwy, so I'm trying to correct it.
No problem,
All right.
Judge. I didn't get an offer yet, though.
Okay, did you all get an, no, not yet. Hold on one second. I did something else. All right, very good.
Thank you, Judge.
And who did Mr. Lewis's case? Johnny Lewis.
I did, Judge.
All right, yes, Mr. Reed?
I went into a breakout room with Mr. Lewis and we discussed the new intake and his contract. And I received the email from Ms. Cleveland regarding some results. Is there something else going on that I don't know about? I mean,
No, you did receive that information, and I think you need to go in a breakout room so you can speak with your client, because I don't know if you had that information before you went in earlier. Did you?
I did not have the information regarding test results. Is that what we're talking about, Judge?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Do you need to speak with him in a breakout room?
I'll let him know what the results are, Judge, and yes, I would. I'd like to talk to him, Judge.
All right. Before we do that, because Mr. Smith has been on so early, Miss Attorney Walker, would you just indulge me for 1 second? I would like to do Mr. Smith's case just very quickly. He's accepted an offer from the people.
Sure, Judge. I'll pop off and pop back on in 5 minutes.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. All right. I'm going to ask you to unmute Mr. Smith.
Judge?
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Fikens went over the offer with Mr. Smith, so he's prepared to do the guilty plea. If you want to wait until he comes out of the breakout room.
I didn't realize that. My apologies. All right. All right, very good. I'll have to. Mr. Smith, you're gonna have to hold on just a little while longer.
Okay, no problem.
In a breakout room. All right, and then did you all get an offer on Miss Jordan?
Mr. Fikens has the offer on Miss Jordan and Mr. Smith, Judge.
Okay, I have to. What you doing this morning, Mr. Reed?
I'm dealing with Mr. Lewis, Judge.
All right, very good. You know I have to pick on you. All right. Are we ready on Mr. Hamilton while we're waiting? And good morning, Miss Sandy. Who are you on for this morning, Miss Sandy?
Unfortunately, I just missed you, and Tanya's coming on this morning.
Okay, all right, very good. She's coming on this morning. Why is she coming on this morning? She's not on my docket.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me check with Angie again. I my apologies. I might be out of order.
Sure. I just don't want to have you waiting if you don't need to be waiting. Okay,
thank you, ma'am.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
All right. Let's go to Mr. I don't see Mr. Hamilton. All right. Mr. Morgan, are you ready on Mr. Hamilton?
Yes, I am, Judge. I am.
Is it after 10 o'clock? Not yet.
We got 6 minutes, but we're gonna be good.
All right, very good. Now, thank you for unmute, Mr. Hamilton. State your name for the record.
DeMonte Hamilton.
All right, Mr. Hamilton, I have the following matter for you, 2005-793-601. All right, Mr. Morgan, tell me what's going on with Mr. Hamilton, because when we staffed yesterday, I was not pleased.
Okay, Your Honor. I did inform the court that I called Mr. Hamilton yesterday. I left him a message. He did not get back to me. Unfortunately, he said he was asleep, but he understands that's not an excuse. And he's going to talk to you a little bit about, not giving excuses, but stepping up to the plate, making sure that he is in full compliance with this court and the court's order. We did have an opportunity to speak about his call to the 1-800 number. We're having some difficulties only because Mr. Hamilton is on parole. And according to Mr. Hamilton, there's some factors in the system that's preventing him to get properly assessed. But I have a recommendation and a solution for that, Your Honor. I'm going to just, once he gets his COVID test back, which he took yesterday, once he gets his results back, if he's negative, I'm going to send him over to DRP. They can walk him through the entire process, get him on the 800 number, get him properly assessed, and then we can get the level of the recommendation, the level of care for him. So we're just going to have to go a different route for Mr. Hamilton. And I think that'll be the best route for him to sit in front of an individual clinician, get his assessment done, and then they can get us the results.
All right.
Yeah, Judge, he did show me proof of attending his virtual AA meeting. He put some stuff in his journal, but he's going to journal a little bit more. So he did miss a meeting yesterday because he was asleep. Right, we talked about this, but he assured me that he's going to do 2 meetings today to make up for that meeting tomorrow, Yana. He's not going to get on record and come up with any excuses today. He's really excited to be here. He wants this opportunity to work for him, and we just need to outline some things for Mr. Hamilton, like we always do with a lot of our clients, put that structure in place for him. So he's going to be okay, Your Honor. I just want to recommend that he continue in our program, and we're just going to kind of just map some things out for him.
All right, very good. Thank you, Mr. Morgan. All right, Mr. Hamilton. It sounds like you're not going to frustrate me today. Am I right?
Not today. It's a Good Friday, Judge.
It's Good Friday. I'll take a Good Friday any day of the week, okay? It don't even have to be before Easter Sunday. I will take it. All right, Mr. Hamilton, look, the reason I am so hard on you about doing the things you need to do, you got on here and shared with me that you were having some difficulties. I know that you have had issues working through those difficulties, because if you knew how to do it yourself, you wouldn't be here, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And so I want to help you, but it becomes very frustrating for everybody in the world when you are trying to help people who do not try to help themselves. Even Mother Teresa gets frustrated when you're trying to help folks and they don't want to help themselves. So I need you to help yourself. And it sounds like you have done some things to help yourself. Am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me what was going on in those meetings. Tell me what you did, what you said, what you got out of it.
I was just telling them the truth of how I started smoking and how I got into drugs and how I got to hanging around the wrong crowd. I was just being real with them, and it kind of made me feel good because I ain't never opened up about my real life before. I always gotta try to hide it or beat around the bush. In these, I've been learning in these meetings, I can really express myself.
Yes, you can. And that's why the help that we're giving you, we know that it is good help, but that's why I need you to reach out and grab the lifeline so you can find out for yourself that, okay, there's some things I need to work on so that I never have to come down this road again. I can do something different, irrespective of what you've done in your past. You can still do something different, Mr. Hamilton, but it takes your effort. You've got to put forth some effort. And so I'm glad that you're going to the meetings. Look, I know that you've been battling COVID. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling all right, but I can't taste or smell. That's so irritating. Like I'm ready to taste and smell something.
Okay. I understand. You took your test yesterday,
Yes, ma'am.
and when are you going to get your results?
Hopefully tomorrow. It should be tomorrow. They say 48 hours.
All right. I need you to make sure you get back with Mr. Morgan. He needs to see those results. Okay.
Oh yeah. Every time I send a screenshot and I send it to the emails every time.
Okay. All right. Very good. That's called taking responsibility, because we need to get you back up and moving. Okay. But we
Yes.
need to do it where not only are you safe, but the public's safe as well. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Very good. What's been difficult for you?
Really just being in the house. Like I've been just in the house. Like I ain't been going nowhere. I'm sure that's difficult for me, just being in the house. Like I do want to go outside and go get a bite to eat or something. Like I'm feeling like I'm in jail again.
Yeah. But you know what? You can't go out and get a bite to eat until you're cleared, right?
Yeah, I already know. Yeah, I've been.
Somebody that may get COVID is not as strong as you, and they won't be able to fight like you've been able to fight.
You're right.
Okay.
So I've been eating noodles.
Okay. All right. Somebody can bring you something and put it on the porch. I don't know about noodles. Okay. I see this walking smiling like noodles. Maybe somebody can get some food, put it on the porch and run, or something to that effect. But I need you to stay safe, and I need you to keep everybody else safe. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Mr. Hamilton, have you picked up since the last time I've seen you? Be honest with me.
Have I picked up
Anything, any substance that you're not supposed to have?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I had some wine the other day, and that's it. Like weed though, I ain't been smoking no weed, doing no hard drugs, no pills, no heroin, none of that crazy stuff.
All right. You got to thank you for your honesty.
I'm gonna always be honest with you, Judge. I'm gonna always be honest with you.
Because that's the only way I can help you. And I go on the ziggity boom if you're not honest with me, right?
And I don't like to see you like that. I like to see you smiling. I don't like to see you on that tip.
Okay. All right. Then you have to be honest with me, good, bad, ugly, or indifferent. As long as I can help you, I'm willing to roll up my sleeves and do it. When you're not honest with me, you cut me off, and that's a problem for me. That's a problem for me. So look, you got to put that wine down. Can't drink wine while you in our program.
Yeah, I know. I'm one step at a time. As I was drinking it every day. Now I'm down to once a week, and now it's gonna be nothing a week. That's what I'm trying to get.
Mr. Hamilton, I need you to put that wine down. Put it down.
Some grape juice. You can't taste it.
Right, you can't even taste it.
Get some grape juice.
Right. Get some sparkling water and grape juice, or sparkling grape juice.
That's exactly what it tastes like, sparkling drink.
There you go. There's so many other things that you can do. So come on, because you are going to go back to testing, and that's not going to work out well for you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And we want to work with you. We want to work with your raw emotions. We want to work with you at ground zero. And we can't do it if you're self-soothing, if you're self-soothing. We can't do it if you're self-medicating, including wine. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You have any questions for me today, Mr. Hamilton?
Yes.
What's your question?
When I finish, when I successfully complete this program, is it possible you can help me get my license back?
You don't even have to wait until you successfully complete this program to work on getting your license back. Look, once you get to work in this program, then we can talk about working on getting your license. How about that?
Yes,
give and take. Give and take. Because the attorneys will work with you, work for you. Your case manager will work with you. But I need to see you start working this program, and then we will work on that license. How about that?
Yes, I'm all for that.
All right. Thank you for asking about it too. You want your driver's license?
Oh, I need them. It's a necessity that I have to have them.
There you go. All right, then show me.
Yes, ma'am.
Show me. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
What else you have for me? Mr. Hamilton, I should have called your case first. You didn't frustrate me.
No, I would have actually made your day kind of a little bit better if you would have called my
now he getting real sure himself. I'd have made your day, Judge. Yes, Mr. Hamilton. Yes. Me and Mr. Hamilton have been going at it, Ms. Walker. It's been rough. It's good to see you smile today. Look, you look healthier today. You do. And I hope it's good to see me smile today and not fuss.
Yes, it is all the time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Look, I only fuss when I care. When I stop fussing, that's when you need to be really afraid. You need to be getting your overnight kit ready and all of that. Because when I don't fuss about things I don't care about. I don't have time to waste breath, life, thought, or energy on things I don't care about. But I care about you, Mr. Hamilton. I told you that in the beginning. You're young. You have a lot of life ahead of you. You have a lot of potential that you have not tapped into. And I'm going to do everything I can to get you there, including if I have to break your leg, put you in a cast, get you some crutches to get you back on track. Figuratively speaking, because I don't want him running around talking about Judge threatening to break my leg. Just fine.
No,
It's a figure of speech, okay?
I really do appreciate it, Judge. I really do. I really do.
Show me. Show me.
I will.
All right, Mr. Morgan, this was refreshing. I almost don't want to let him go. I need him to come back next week, though. It can't be Friday. It can't be Friday. So can you bring him back on Tuesday of next week? I just want to check in on him. He needs to see me weekly to start.
Yes. Oh, yes. We can do that, Your Honor.
Right. So I'm going to bring you back. Is that May 4th? Is that correct?
That is May 4th, Your Honor.
All right, you're gonna come back and see me May 4th, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. Come back with some good news. Come on.
I'm gonna come back with some great news.
I like that even better. All right, Mr. Hamilton, good to see you. I need you to be safe, not just for yourself, but everybody else, including those you don't know. All right?
I will.
All right, very good. Anything else, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, anything else?
No, Judge. Mr. Hamilton, be safe. I hope you get good results tomorrow.
Me
Be
too.
safe,
Thank you, Mr. Reed.
And if I might add, Your Honor, keep up the good work. We can work on that license. Prove it to yourself that you deserve it. Okay? Prove it to yourself.
Thank you, Mr. Fikens.
All right. I'll see you next week, Tuesday, okay?
All right. Thank you, Judge.
All right. You too. Thank you.
I'll see you Tuesday.
All right. Okay, let's do it. I have Miss Walker on, and so I need to handle, everybody's aware of what's going on. While Miss Walker is here, this is on Mr. Lewis. Everybody understands? Everybody, do you have your recommendations as to Mr. Lewis? Because we have a real issue.
I do, Judge.
All right, wonderful. Let me place his case number on the record. This is for, who's handling Mr. Lewis? Is that Mr. Fikens?
Judge, I went into the breakout room with Mr. Lewis before I got the results back, and
You haven't gone in the breakout room with him. Okay. We got to give Mr. Reed, I'm sorry, Mr. Reed. We've got to give Mr. Reed 2 minutes with Mr. Lewis in that breakout room, Ms. Walker. I'm going to put them other, please, on the record. My apologies.
That's fine, Judge.
Okay. It shouldn't take long, though. All right. I am going to assign Attorney Reed and Mr. Lewis to breakout room number 7. Please accept that invitation. All right. Can we go forward with Mr. Smith and then Mr. Fikens? You need to do Mr. Smith.
Yes.
Mr. Gaffey. Mr. Gaffey is requesting a trial date. Is that correct?
Correct, Your Honor. Bench
All
trial
right.
date.
Let's do Mr. Gaffey first. Mr. Gaffey, if you could unmute for me, please.
Masood Gappy.
All right.
SOUD-GAPPY.
Thank you, Mr. Gaffey. I have case number U560-82820. All right, Mr. Gaffey, you always drinking your morning cup of coffee. I'm trying to give up coffee. When I see you with it, I go make me a cup.
Okay, you want me to bring you some coffee?
No, I'm trying to, I had given it up, Mr. Gaffey, for like almost 3 months. And then I went back to it. Just 1 cup a day, though.
That's good. Right. 1 cup.
Just 1 cup. It's good to see you this morning.
Good
Thank
to
you
see
for
you
your
too.
patience. All right. We're going to try to get this taken care of. It might take a little time. Good morning to your daughter. Thank you for getting your dad on so you can get him all squared away. I appreciate it. Okay.
I'm trying.
We're going to get there. We're going to get there. All right. Mr. Fikens, what do you want to tell me about Mr. Gaffey?
Your Honor, you said it so well. We talked about being patient. There's a process to take care of this matter. Except we were hoping to had resolved by today. We aren't able to. So on today's date, Your Honor, because it's set for pretrial, we're asking for a bench trial date.
All right, very good. And that will give the people the opportunity to do whatever they need to do. And if they don't get it done, we have a trial date. All right, Mr. Gappy, is that okay with
Yes.
you?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Fike has established that your client understands his right to a jury trial and that he's giving up that right and would like to have his matter heard before this court. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Sir, you do understand, as we talked about, that you have a right to a trial by a jury. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you wish to waive that right and have this matter heard if it's going to be heard at all by the court. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you doing so freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
I'm satisfied as to his waiver, Judge.
I'm satisfied as well. I am going to set this matter for a bench trial. And I'm going to set the trial for, what year is this ticket, Mr. Fikens?
It's
2020.
October.
Okay, 2020. All right,
Yes.
I'm going to set this matter for a bench trial on May 21st, 2021 at 8:30. Well, I'll set it for actually 9:30 a.m.
9:30 a.m.
Yes, sir, 9:30.
Right.
So, Ms. Drew, that's what I'm setting the bench trial date for. May 21st,
May 21st.
2021 at 9:30. And it'll be by way of Zoom, okay? So we'll get it resolved one way or another on the 21st, right, Mr. Fikens?
We will, Judge.
All right, very good. And Mr. Fikens, if you all come up with something before the 21st, we know how to contact Mr. Gappy, is that correct?
Is that correct, Mr. Gappy? Do we have your information?
I'm not sure. I can give you his information or my information.
I don't want to do it over the Zoom, but you can call this number to reach the judge's clerk, 313-965-2280, and give your information to her. And then if I hear something, then we can make some contact with you and do it even before then. If it's
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
965-2280.
I'm gonna call them now.
Thank
Wonderful. All right, Ms. Drew, make
Thank
sure
you.
you get that information. So if we get some resolution before, we can get Mr. Gappy in before the 21st, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your patience. All right, if you all could indulge me just for a minute, Mr. Smith has been on since 8:30. Let me go ahead and do his matter. He has an offer from the people. Mr. Smith, you are going to accept that offer, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. I have the following matters: U166-62914, U883-28112, and SX8230801. Mr. Smith, state your full name for the record.
Johnny Smith.
All right, thank you for your patience. It's going to be worth it, I'm sure. Mr. Fikens, how are we proceeding on Mr. Smith?
Your Honor, there's 3 matters pending, and my client wishes to accept the offer on U16662914 under a 12-month delayed sentence, and the other matters U883-28112 and SX8230810 will be dismissed with a stipulation of probable cause.
All right, very good, very good. Is that your understanding, Mr. Smith?
Yes, it is.
Thank you. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Mr. Fikens, please establish that your client understands his constitutional rights.
Thank you, Your Honor. I will. Sir, do you understand that in these matters, you have a right to a trial?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty to one matter and having the other 2 matters dismissed, you're giving up that right to a trial?
Yes, sir.
Are you doing so freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced you or promised you anything to get you to plead guilty on the one matter today?
No, not at all.
I'm satisfied as to his waiver, Your Honor. May I proceed with a factual basis?
Yes, you may.
Thank you. Sir, on ticket U16662914, on the date and time of that citation, were you working in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
And you were at a gentleman's club, is that correct?
Yes.
police came to the club
Yes.
and they asked you to produce a valid Cabaret D license. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And you did not have the appropriate license at that time. Is that correct?
Correct.
You're out of the business now. Is that also true?
Yes.
Going on to other things?
Nah. Yes. Yes. Fells down. I'm done.
I'm satisfied. I'm
All
sorry.
right. All right, very good. I'm going to accept your plea of guilty. I'll follow the recommendation from the people for a 12-month delayed sentence. As to the remaining 2 matters, Mr. Fikens, the recommendation is for dismissal. As to probable cause.
We would so stipulate, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Then those 2 matters are dismissed without prejudice. Mr. Smith and Mr. Fikens, what else would you like me to know about your client prior to sentencing?
Your Honor, he has been a nice man to work with. He's certainly was respectful and wants to take care of this matter, put these matters behind him. They were out in the distant past. Of course, he understands that he should have taken care of these earlier, but we appreciate the offer from people so that he can get a new start on things, Judge.
All right, very good. All right, Mr. Smith, I am going to assess today just fines and costs. I'm going to assess our cost in the amount of $195. I'm assessing the fine in the amount of $100. The total amount owed to the court is $295. Are you able to pay that immediately?
There's
yes,
a bond, which my client posted. I think it was a $500 bond. And we'd ask that if the court would allow him to pay it out of his bond.
Absolutely. All right, Ms. Drew, if he has a valid bond, then I am going to have the bond to be applied. And I'm not trying, these are some old tickets, so he's gonna have to pay his lien. Yeah, he'll have to pay that, and then the rest would be refunded to him. And so that means, Mr. Smith, after 12 months from today's date, as long as you don't get any additional tickets, you don't have to come back to court. This matter will be automatically dismissed, and you're gonna be in great shape at 36th District Court, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, wonderful. Do you have any questions for the court?
Actually, I do have some other matters that I want to take care of. Previous felony cases, and I know they came out with a new program as of expungement, like more than 3 felonies. I want to know how would I go about that and who would I talk to?
All right, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, because you know felonies are outside of my purview in this particular court.
Yeah, and if I might address the court and address Mr. Smith, sir.
The court?
Actually, I do have some other matters that I want to take care of. Previous felony cases, and I know they came out with a new program as of
Is somebody recording?
expungement, like more than 3 felonies. I want to know how would I go about that and who would I talk to?
All right, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, because you know felonies are outside of my purview in this particular court. Let me ask everybody. Let's mute everybody and see if that helps.
Sure.
The court?
Actually, I do have other matters that I want to take care of. Previous felony cases, and I know they came out with a new program as of
Is somebody recording?
expungement, like more than 3 felonies. I want to know how would I go about that and who would I talk to?
All right, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, because you know felonies are outside